Very interesting question here. Somebody says here, he or she is a consultant, that why is it that people don't take me serious when I charge them, they don't want to pay? And I'm a consultant.
A medical consultant.
I don't know, just a consultant.
Okay, whatever you're consulting for, as long as you're creating value, you have a right to charge. Now, there are different ways to approach things. Do you send the charge after you have offered the service? Or do you state the charge before you offer the service? And they must agree to it. Luckily, you live in a country where contracts hold. So if someone says, I need you to do this for me, the first thing you do after is you write them a letter that states clearly what the brief is, and then states the terms of the contract and how much will be charged. And then the smart thing to do is always to make people pay a certain amount as down payment. Yes, even as a consultant. To start the service, whether it's 30, it's 50 or 70, whatever, get them to pay something in before you even start thinking at all. And then when you deliver and they're happy with what you have offered as a service, then they must pay your balance. It will be contractually stated. So it's also about how do you position and present your skills. Are you always acting like their friend or their neighbor? Because if you do that, then they will take it as a freebie that is coming from their friend or their neighbor. So check your approach and all of that. If what you do is serious, I don't see why anybody should. And I don't see why you should give your service to people that don't take your service seriously. Go and look for a new market and abandon anybody that doesn't. We talked about humility, remember. You must be humble enough to accept when it's not working. And it's part of it. Because sometimes the model might just be wrong. And when we've done everything that we should and it's still not working, we must be humble enough to say, you know what? I don't think this is working for me. And therefore, what are your options? The options become, one, get a third party to look at everything as if you are not there. Because you might be missing something. You might think you've done everything, but you might just have a blind sight to something. So get an independent evaluation of the situation. If you get an independent evaluation of the situation, and they say, look, everything you've done is the right thing, then the market you're in might not be the right market, or the time and season for that business is not the right time that you're in. And you might find that what you have can be part of another business. Sell it. Because you see, the other thing I find people do, they just dismantle. That's foolishness. Because you have created value, you have built value. You then must investigate, how do I get value from what I've created? Because anything that is not working for you might be the beginning or the most useful thing for another venture. So you need to explore that. You sell everything you've done up to that moment to whoever finds value in it. The price of something is how much someone is willing to pay for it because of what is worth to them. So you explore that and do that, and then go on and do something else. Sometimes it just doesn't work, and we must be able to say that. And there's no shame in it. See, because part of why we don't want to do it is how other people make you feel. Nobody sent you to do the business. So it's not their business. It's your call, and if it doesn't work, it's yours to say, look, I did everything with that thing, it just wasn't working. And then you make your next call. Sometimes people use a lot of good money to chase a bad decision and actually lose more in that process. All right? I mean, let's be honest. You employ someone, you've taught them what to do, they're there, they're not doing it, you are paying them, but you are doing the work. Come on. I mean, if they're not going to change, let them go and you hire the next person. And you know what? You should never be afraid to fire. If it's not working, it's not working. The Bible says what? Haven't done all. Stand. If you've done everything that you should and the people don't work for you, let them go. Get the next person. And a lot of times we have hiring error. And we have hiring error because we don't even define who we want for the job. We take people that are available for the job. They're two different things. We find the cheapest people and the most available people, and we put them to work. The first thing you need to do is define what the job is. When you define what the job is, define what is the nature, the education, the skills, the talent of the type of person that you need for the job. Then you interview to find that kind of person. If you hire right, hiring problems are reduced. And we all make those mistakes because there's too much emotions in hiring, especially with women. Your friend's cousin that just came that doesn't have work, you hire them. They're cheap and available. Help them to find work somewhere else. Your own family that needs work, you give them work. Help them to find work somewhere else. You hire somebody that you need. In fact, help them with allowance until they find job. While you get the right person for your job, you'll be better off.
Thank you.
And finally, please don't hire somebody you cannot fire. I will never hire someone I cannot fire.
Which is why family is wrong to hire.
Yeah, that's why I won't hire my wife.
Yeah.
You think it's funny? I'm not going to hire anybody that I cannot fire. I'm telling you. So you don't do the work, it's time to go. Or else the whole enterprise will fall on everybody else.